Welcome back, everybody. We're talking to Edgeworth. He's back, so let's keep talking to him.
A lot of things may have happened, however, Manfred von Karma was still my mentor, and a perfect win record is a proof of a von Karma.
1 year ago, you could not establish guilt in a few cases. Are those losses the reason you suddenly disappeared from the prosecutor's office? Did you leave because you had lost your perfect win record? To think your motivation for prosecuting trials was so selfish. It'd been better for everyone if you never came back from the dead, Edgeworth.
I see, then let me ask you something. Why do you stand in the courtroom? What is your reason?
Well, if it was Franziska, she would almost definitely say, "I will defeat you this time," the instant she saw me. But the courtroom is not a personal battlefield for prosecutors and lawyers. I stand in the courtroom to defend my client, to save their lives.
To save your client, you say?
Those who think only of their own ego-driven goals. Those kind of prosecutors are reprehensible to me, even if you're a prodigy, or someone like you, Edgeworth.
It looks like there is still a lot you have yet to learn.
A lot I have yet to learn? Me?
Well, that's enough for now. The time when you will see is coming soon enough.
Oh, man. We should probably present him something, I don't know.
Dun, 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 dun.
Alright, so should we present someone to him? Let's try Adrian.
Adrian Andrews. She holds a large secret within herself.
A secret?
You can't help but feel that this whole case revolves around her. While I was abroad, these deplorable types of actors became popular, I suppose.
Refreshing like a spring breeze is his motto.
Refreshing? What is so refreshing about a spring breeze?
Sounds like the pollen is not treating him well this year.
There's an interesting rumor about this man.
You mean the one about Miss Andrews getting close to him? But that's pretty common tabloid fare, isn't it?
I don't take things at face value when there's more to be found.
Celeste?
This woman is another key to the case.
Do you really think so?
She was Adrian Andrews' mentor a long time ago, but suddenly she was called away by a production and became Juan Carita's manager. And then a few months later, Celeste Impax died.
But her death was a suicide, right?
Yes, but there is still one riddle left unsolved.
A riddle?
Her suicide note. It went missing. No one could find it.
A suicide note that just vanished, huh? Vanished, huh? God, I can't even... clipping?
I have no... Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez. Ah, God. Okay, now I'm just guessing. I will show him everything that I have. I feel like I need to show him something. Oh, this, yeah. Oh, what? Because I don't think he knows that Maya is missing. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, can we talk to him at all? Oh, okay.
Miss Impax's death was most certainly a suicide, of that there was no mistake. However, we cannot find a suicide note. That's when the police began to suspect that someone had hidden it.
The suicide note? How do you know Miss Impax had even written such a note?
There was no solid evidence, however. We did find traces of ink on her right index finger, which makes the likelihood of a suicide note very high.
But who would hide such a thing?
The police think it was Mr. Juan Carita himself.
The victim?
He was the one who found her body, which makes him the only person who had a chance to hide her suicide note.
Mr. Carita hid his own manager's suicide note, but why?
As long as the note is missing, any speculation beyond this is meaningless. But now I think you should look at this over. This is the suicide report, part 1 anyway.
Part 1? Well, I'd like to know more about it. Can you tell me some more about it, Edgeworth?
I don't like to look through reports. I like suicide reports even less. Worst of all are the reports that have multiple parts like that one. That has 2.
2 parts?
What you just handed me is the first part of the report. Here is the second part.
The second part of the report is about an attempted suicide. The attempter's name. It's Adrian Andrews!
What? Miss Andrews? What did she do?
She tried to kill herself. She doesn't seem like the kind of person to try and kill herself.
You think she's a strong career woman? That is just her image. Adrian Andrews, she has a certain secret she's always trying to hide.
A secret?
Her codependency. That's the key word.
Codependency? The word most unsuited to describing that woman. So how are Adrian Andrews and codependency related?
Adrian Andrews' attempted suicide was a few days after the death of Celeste Impacts. And why did Adrian Andrews think about committing suicide? Quite possibly because she had lost her will to live.
Lost her will? But why would she?
Her pillar of strength, her mentor Celeste Impacts, was gone forever. That's why.
Why would that...
Is this what they call following someone to their grave?
After her attempted suicide, Adrian Andrews started attending counseling sessions. She is a person who looks for someone she can trust unconditionally, and once she finds that someone, she blindly follows them. Without someone to guide her, she feels uneasy and can't carry herself through life.
And that's her codependency.
When Celeste Impact suddenly committed suicide, the world before her turned pitch dark. That's according to Adrian Andrews herself.
Then that means her super confident attitude.
It's all a facade. She's only copying her mentor's behavior to hold herself together.
How terrible. So do we have both, Okay, so we have 2 different reports here. Alright, so, I'm not sure... I think that's pretty much it that we can show him. So I think we've got a lot of good evidence here. I think we are totally ready now to go get that psych log. Let's go. Oh, what? She's gone.
Oh, Miss Andrews is here.
Oh, okay.
Looks like she's talking with someone.
That's Franziska von Karma.
It's Von Karma.
What are you doing here? Well, you see, I'm his lawyer, so you got some nerve following me around. Following you?
That's you, Miss Von Karma. You're the one doing the following.
Pearls?
You're always following after that Mr. Detective with the little beard.
Me? Following after Scruffy? Don't make me laugh. I'll show you something interesting. Little girl. An electromagnetic receiver. I planted a tracking device on that detective. And with this, I know that fool's every move. So that noise we heard was this receiver. I feel really sorry for poor Detective Gumshoe now. Now then, let's stop wasting time. Adrian Andrews? Yes? Think hard about what we just discussed. Understood? Alright. What were those 2 talking about?
Miss Andrews, she seems a little dazed, doesn't she?
Alright, let's do this.
Oh, this is gonna be tough. This is gonna be tough.
Why was Juan Carita murdered? If you ask me, I think you know the reason he was killed. Why are you hiding things? Don't you realize you're putting Mr. Ingard's life in danger by your actions? Why do you ask questions for which I have no answer? The truth is I was not that close to Mr. Carita. You were not that close? That's right. I've never been good at being intimate with another person. You are not good at being intimate with another person? Somehow I highly doubt that. I think the magazine clippings gotta have something to do with that. Yeah, Juan Carita. Take that! Come on, thank you. You and Mr. Carita had an intimate relationship, did you not? A silly third-rate tabloid article. If you even had half your wits about you, you wouldn't believe such rubbish. Well, it seems quite a few people bought into this story. As to be expected in a world filled with crooks and liars. Note to self, stay on her good side. In any case, I despise interpersonal relationships like that. I see. However, what if there was a need for you to get close to someone? Me? Need to get close to Mr. Carita? As if there was ever such a need. Didn't you get close to Mr. Carita for this person's sake? I guess it was Celeste, because she was Andrew's mentor, and she was his manager. So I think she was getting closer to her. Celeste Impax, your mentor. Why do you know about Celeste? Miss Impax, she committed suicide, didn't she? But it looks like no one knows why. Right before, oh boy, she does not look good. Right before her death, she was Juan Carita's manager. So I believe you got close to Mr. Carita so you could find out more about her suicide. You have a great imagination. You may have a future yet as a slimy muckraker for a putrid... What? A slimy muckraker for a putrid third-rate tabloid. Miss Andrews? There was no mystery surrounding her death. None. It would be pointless for me to force myself into a relationship for nothing. Is that really true? Was there really no mystery at all? I don't believe you were completely at ease with the way her suicide was resolved. Was resolved, yeah. It's gotta be one of these things. Yeah, the suicide. Which one should we present? I think this one. Because this is Celeste. Miss Impact's suicide note was never found, was it? It looks like the police were under the suspicion that someone had hidden it. Like maybe the person who discovered her body, Mr. Carita. Juan? And Miss Andrews, I believe you thought the same thing. That is why you became intimate with Mr. Carita. 2 more to go. I've sat by quietly and listened to your insulting ramblings long enough. It's true that Celeste was my mentor, however, allow me to say this again. It had nothing to do with me. I didn't even know that her suicide note was never found. I'm a person who doesn't care about what goes on in the lives of others. That's the impression you like to give, however. I don't think that's who you really are. What? I have evidence that says otherwise. This is proof that Celeste Impax was someone very special to you. I guess we present the attempted now. Miss Andrews, you went through it too, didn't you? Went through what? A suicide. Miss Andrews, you look and act like a very strong woman who has it all together. You don't ask for anyone's help and you live by yourself. Yes, I've been very independent ever since I can remember. However, that is all just a lie, a facade. You've always searched out people on whom you can depend on. You were dependent on Miss Impax, weren't you? Which is why, when she passed away, you lost everything you had. Stop! When Celeste passed away so suddenly like that, I died a death of my own. But no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't stop thinking about what had become of her note. You must have heard about the police report. The one that said the police suspected Mr. Carita of hiding Miss Impax's note. You heard about it and thought to recover it from him by getting close, am I right? If that's the case, then everything changes. What do you mean? What topic did we start this conversation on again? It was why was the victim killed. Exactly. Somehow, Miss Andrews, it seems that you have become the one most likely to want Mr. Carita dead. Me? Miss Impax was everything to you. And then she died, and you would do anything to find out why she killed herself. Even commit murder. Murder? Yeah, baby! Unlock successful. We cracked all 3 of the psych locks. Let's get some juice on this. It's true, I'm a woman who can only live in insecurity. I'm physically small and I don't really have a lot of self-confidence. I've pushed against all that, though. I've tried to live strongly. I never wanted anyone to find out the truth.
Miss Andrews!
This one thing. It's the one thing I wanted to take with me to the grave. It was my secret, mine and mine alone. I'm sorry. You probably think I'm a worthless human being right now, don't you? Please, Miss Andrews, all I want to know is the truth. Alright, we're gonna get some more information out of her and hopefully finish up investigation when we come back. Stay tuned.